This is one of your leaders? This is one of the faces of the Democratic Party? Where in the hell is Cackling Cam Harris? Someone find Cackling Cam. Bring her out of hiding. Cam might have been a grade A doofus, but at least she could properly identify a woman. I know why Tim Walz struggles with identifying women. Every time he looks in the mirror, he thinks he is one. Honey, I can't find the tampons. Do you have any I can borrow? The vice presidential debate last fall, it told me everything I needed to know about Tim Walz. JD Vance not only demolished Timmy in that debate, he also exposed him. By the end of the debate, Tim Walz was agreeing with damn near everything JD Vance said. If I remember correctly, I think he even said something about wanting to be friends. Hey, JD, let's stop all this arguing. Let's hold hands and be friends. I love you, you love me. How come you stand up to pee? It's much better when you're sitting down. What are your proper pronouns? What the vice presidential debate told me about Tim Walz, he doesn't actually believe what he is saying. He doesn't believe his own bullshit. Once Tim Walz is confronted by someone speaking facts, logic, his entire ideology crumbles. He has no way to defend it. I'm sure he built a false bravado from all those years of teaching school. I'm sure he built a false sense of confidence by convincing elementary Aaron that they're gender fluid. But when he's confronted by an adult, a grown-up, Tim Walz falls faster than the soap in the shower at Club Shay Shay. Yesterday, Tim Walz and a group of doofus governors were being questioned by Congress. It was an unmitigated disaster for the Democratic Party, who, for reasons unknown, continues to double down on everything that lost them the election. I don't know about you guys, but I want the Democrats to keep doing what you're doing. Keep rioting, keep changing pronouns, keep fighting for the rights of bearded Jen who used to be Ken to fulfill his dream of becoming an all-star in the WNBA dump. All you're doing is confirming that normal people made the right decision not to vote for you. Yesterday, Timmy Walz was part of this doofus panel. Hell, Timmy wasn't just a part of it, he was the star of the show. At one point, Nancy Mace looked into the rapidly wrinkling face of Timmy Walz and said, "What is a woman?" A simple question for anyone over the age of 3, but for some reason, Tim Walz, he couldn't find the answer. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. Now, in defense of Tim Walz, Nancy Mace, she did ask an open-ended question. She didn't provide options for multiple choice. She didn't ask a yes or no question. The question was open-ended, and for some, I guess it could be left open to interpretation. I thought the answer was rather easy, but Tim Walz clearly struggled. Watch for yourself.
What is a woman? What is a woman is the question.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
What? Excuse me? You didn't understand the question. Nancy Mace was not speaking in Portuguese. Matter of fact, I thought she spoke perfect English. The question only involved 4 words, 2 of which contain 2 letters or less. What is a woman? Now, there are several ways we could answer that question. Tim Walz could have said, "Nancy, you are a woman." That would have been an acceptable answer. He could have said, "I'm married to a woman." That answer might lead to further questions, but I think most would accept that answer. Tim Walz could have said, a woman is someone born without franken beans. Now, the vast majority of the country, we would accept that answer, but therein lies the problem for Tim Walz. You see, the microscopic minority, the radical base of the Democratic Party, they would refuse to accept that answer. And for reasons unknown, Democrats continue to pander to the radical wing of the party, even though the rest of America has clearly rejected it. We are witnessing the Democrats falling apart. Yesterday, Senator Alex Padilla was temporarily arrested for interrupting a press conference that he wasn't invited to. My inside sources, they tell me that Alex thought his invitation to the Butt Bongo Festival would get him into this press conference. Unfortunately, though, for Alex, not only was the invitation deemed invalid for the press conference, after a thorough investigation, it was also deemed to be fake. It wouldn't even get him into the Butt Bongo Festival. We have senators storming press conferences, being escorted out by the Secret Service. We have a group of governors incapable of answering simple questions. Granny Nancy Pelosi, she was busted this week in yet another lie. Ratings are crashing throughout the mainstream media. CNN's having financial problems, as we discussed earlier this morning on the main channel. People on social media are claiming that they were offered several $100s to participate in these peaceful protests, these grassroots protests that continue to be rejected by the vast majority of Americans. The Democratic Party is literally falling apart. And what are they doing about it? They're doubling down while worrying about pronouns. Is it any wonder why they lost the last election? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the main channel.